Apparently, out of the three films so far, this one is apparently the best.
That the audience will decide. I'm sure we are very happy with the film.
1 hour for rehearsal, he was totally in sweat.
He's very, very focused and very hardworking. Salman and me, we discussed it and then we were like, no, we can. And touchwood today, it's, being accepted. He's happy with the film and he feels it has got enough for the audience to enjoy. Hi, this is Arbaaz Khan and you're watching Bollywood Hungama with Arbaaz and Faridoon.
It was 7 years back when we interviewed Arbaaz Khan here in the Mehboob studio only for Dabangg 2, and I must say that as we interview him for Dabangg 3, he's looking younger and brighter and fresher. Pleasure having you back on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you.
No, seriously, you're looking younger than what you did in Dabangg 2.
What I did in Dabangg 2,
Yeah,
that's 7
seriously,
years
it's
back.
been 7 years back. Seriously.
It's just taking a little, being regular and consistent in what I'm doing and just taking.
Dabangg 3, how excited are you? Someone has told me, and I don't know how correct is that apparently out of the three films so far, this one is apparently the best.
That the audience will decide. I'm sure we are very happy with the film and we hope it is the best because every time you make a film, you don't want somebody to say that the पहले वाले better थे. तो जितनी अच्छी बनती जाएगी फिल्में, जितनी अच्छी होगी, तो we are happy with that. We've made it in such a way that people should forget the ones in the past and say, wow, this is the best of the lot. So it's a good thing. It's a good sign actually if we feel that it's the best film of the lot.
What do you have to say about Salman Khan as of now? Because as I've been telling Sonakshi and other people as well, so I saw him rehearse for Dabangg concert in Dubai and I've never seen him rehearse like that. He slogged it out for 1 hour for rehearsal. He was totally in sweat. And the next day he performed, he was on the next level. Do you think that he is working very, very hard on himself right now?
Salman's always worked very hard. You don't reach that place, just by the way of being casual, right? He's in his own way, he's very professional, he's very hardworking, and he puts in a lot of hours in things that he needs to, train and to do things. And he's realized that, when the show is bigger and the performance needs to be done for anything, like you see, अगर हमारे climax के अंदर जो body he needed to this thing. Probably a month before he started training in the way he needed to train. Because till then he was fine. He was like, okay, fine, मुझे जितना fit रहना है. But एक महीने पहले जो अपने आप को शुरू कर दिया training वगैरह, diet, training, everything, exercise. He got the results that he wanted. So he's very, very focused and very hardworking. He's always been, and that's, like I said, that's probably the reason that he is where he is.
Taking on from there, the way he's dancing in Munna Badnaam Hua, the synchronization, the way it is with all the dancers, I think it is beautiful. Maybe it's the best that he has danced ever.
So it was a challenge, Munni was already a very big hit song. And when we decided that we want to do the other version of it, it was more like, are we going to really match up to something that has already been successful? Salman and me, we discussed it and then we were like, no, we can. And touchwood today, it's, being accepted and it's like become a rage and it's, people are loving the song.
You being the producer as well, apparently the film is releasing in 5,400 screens or something like that?
I don't know the exact numbers, but they will probably be that much, yeah.
Biggest release ever?
It should be, yeah.
And I think the first day and the first weekend numbers are expected to be historic.
I hope so. Yeah, should be, no?
Are you hoping for like 100 crores in the first 3 days?
I am not really going to be talking about numbers right now. I just want the film to be a big hit and accepted and loved so that we can make another one because it's a very loved franchise, it's a very loved character and it's got a very loyal base. Dabangg fans that have been huge and people have loved watching it and we should be able to have another opportunity to making another one and that can only happen if the movie that we have done hopefully is accepted and becomes a huge hit and people say it's a worthy like a sequel to the ones in the past.
Salman sir said at the promo launch that Salim Saab saw the film and he said that abhi isko bhul jao, abhi aage ke liye socho kya karna hai aur mehnat karna should not go to your head. So what he meant was that he is very happy with the film and he is someone who's very brutally honest.
Yeah. So that's a good thing because my dad is very critical at times and sometimes he says ke either he says bhul jao and don't worry about it and start working on something else or he'll say bhul jao that it is good and start working on something else. Either we have to work on something else because कुछ कर नहीं सकते. But he's happy with the film and he feels that it has got enough for the audience to enjoy and like. And like I said कि दबंग जो है वो एक franchise film है. You have to make something which is pretty much like what the audience wants. चुलबुल का character जो दबंग जो एक film के अंदर है या जो उसका premise है वैसा होता. Of course you add a lot of freshness to it. Like we've got a new girl in the film. We've got a very interesting negative character in the film who's a superstar from South. and then the entire plot we've gone into a prequel scenario. So we've done a lot of changes to make the film as exciting as possible, and we're very happy with it, and we are hopeful that the audience will also love it.
There is this entire buzz around the climax that apparently it's one of the biggest climax that we're going to be seeing. You must have seen it yourself. What are your thoughts when you saw it?
Yeah, it's huge. It's very well shot. So the action of the film is turned out very good, and particularly the climax of the film is quite the highlight of the film. Let me be honest with you. It is something that, you know, sometimes a lot of films build up to a very lukewarm kind of a climax, or not a very a disappointing climax. But I can assure you that this particular climax is something that will really live up to the expectation of what the movies are. Probably, you know, the climax will give you the feeling that, you know, wow, this really is amazing. So we've had some really good action in that. We've got some great fights in that, and we've got some great contribution of both these two actors, Salman and Sudeep, and it's next level actually.
Maki has been one of your most talked about characters in terms of the graph you have, because it's a very interesting character which is there. What next level are you taking it to in this movie?
So in this film particularly, the character is very well etched out, and you know, he is pretty much in the way the script has been written. Maki's character is intertwined into the mainstream quite a bit, and it has got a lot of, you know, like shades in it. So it starts off, there's a lot of humor the character has. It's also very emotional, it's very dramatic, and then there is a certain scenario where you feel that he turns negative. So there are a lot of things in the film that, you know, in this particular character that I enjoy playing, because I got a lot of scope to portray this character in a very different light this time around. So he is really going to, I'm happy with the way my role has turned out in this film as well. Hi, this is Arbaaz Khan, and you're watching Bollywood Hungama with Arbaaz and Faridoon.